Currently, Indian agriculture is very diverse, right? We have a very wide range of agricultural production systems, but let's say the largest part of the Indian production of rice, wheat, of these major commodities that are also feeding in the public distribution system is based on a very let's say conservative way of doing agriculture, very technology driven and very strong input driven. Now this is of course has its toll on the environment, and we have to move towards more sustainable agricultural practices. And of course, at the same time, we have to bring the smallholders more into the production system. So a lot of approaches for this are existing. Diversification of crop choices, right? In certain states, for instance, Odisha, where IFAD is also working, the government is shifting a lot of the main commodities that are part of the government programs towards millets. And millets, well, in India, we are talking about a revival of millets. Millets are not new. They have been just forgotten because they were the traditional foods. And they are coincidentally very nutritious. They are very well adapted to climate change, and they deliver to those who grow them a much more resilient production basis, because they need far less water and they are far more tolerant to weather variations than are the other crops that have been replacing them in the past. First of all, we have to really think of the crops that we are growing. Well, like there are crops that draw a lot of water from the soil, and we have to be aware that this is part of the assets that go into the production. So water-saving crops like pulses, like millets, are the way to go in the long run in water deficit areas. Can do a lot to create a much better microclimate on farms by putting a shade cover, by combining trees with smaller crops, crop combinations that are coming closer to an agroforestry system, and that is much closer to the natural conditions. Another set of conditions, for instance, or technologies, and I'm talking now about one of the driest areas in the world, Australia. Where also 99% of the farming is rain-fed. How do they do it? They have shifted long time ago to conservation agriculture. So they have abundant tillage or minimized tillage because leaving the soils in their natural geoecological condition gives these soils a much better water retention capacity than when we plow them every year. So there are many technologies like this that can be combined and that can have very good effects on rain-fed agriculture, make it much more resilient and adapted to climate change, but also save the water for other uses that humans may have.